I think we are live. Check, check, 1, 2. What's up? Everything sounding okay? I was having a little trouble with the mic and the battery had died. I just put a new battery in, so hopefully the voice and the guitar are around the same volume. Oh, God. My hands are freezing. Hey, what's up, Tactical? What's up? Hello, the Blimpus and all the regulars are here. Ben, good to see you, buddy. Peter, of course. My buddy. Strat Hippie and Whip Jr. and Schechter and Connor and Strat and Jims, Dan and Pez and Metal God. And, of course, Roland. What's up, Joe from Colorado? Rob from North Cologne. What's up, John? I think it said Sean. Sorry, I went by a little fast. Bob down in Tampa, Florida. Of course, Ricardo from Portugal. Yeah, the Chapman's still here. Though I think they're taking it back, but for right now, it's still here. So I'm getting my playing out of it, you know. Oh, hold on, I gotta move these wires. So I have a feeling I'm just gonna go whack and Z, Mike and Z. Here we go. Oh, that's better. I can assume a wide stance. Hey, what's up, Terry, buddy? You rocking Helix Native tonight? No, that's a good guess, though. I do have a Helix Native, and we could check that out tonight if you want. I got no problem with that. We can do a little A-B comparison. This is Blue Cat Axiom. This is a new piece of software by Blue Cat. Axiom is the software. Blue Cat is the brand. And I had their other software. I had the Destructor, which is their distortion. And I think it's called like Late Replies is their delay. And they got a few. They got a bunch, okay? Look, I can't remember them all. But Destructor, Late Replies, and others. And this program, this Axiom, this Blue Cat Axiom, puts it all together. And that's what I like. It reminds me very much of like TH3 in that, you've got your amp and effects all together. It's not like piecemeal where you have to open up some VST loader, and load them in the order you need them loaded in a VST stack, in an effects chain on the effects bus. Instead, this is just standalone. I think it sounds pretty good. All right, let me get back over to the comments here. Someone asked, are you rocking an IR with this? I don't know. I'm going to say yes. That it's a good enough speaker. I seriously doubt he strayed away from impulse responses. But I just got the software yesterday, so I haven't had a chance to really go through it. But we can, if you want to hear like here's one of like my crazy patches, right? So that's like one of their. That's like the late replies delay, which is like one of those over-the-top delays that has like a billion parameters, and then this is another one that different amp. A lot more bass in that. The other one was a lot more mids. Anyway, I was sort of in the factory presets. That was a couple of ones I had set aside. Where was I? I was in the presets. I think I was in Blue Comp and Verb. Yep. And you know, pretty good. All right, that's pretty good, you know. Yay! All right, I gotta pay attention to that. I don't want to get lost. I'll be over here. Let me grab my coffee. How you doing? Grab my coffee. I'm gonna look up here at the comments. How you doing? I'm seeing killer tone, great sound. I think so too. I think it sounds good. What's up, Bell Cigar from Toronto? Yo, what's up, Michael D? Go Leafs. Why, I oughta. You're gonna need all the prayers. I'm not a big hockey guy, so may the better team win. Thoughts on Henning quitting GitCon? Yeah, we can get to that in a little bit. Let me have my coffee first. Hello, Scotland. Thought I saw a couple of Scotlands in there. Grab my Kool-Aid, yeah. We can talk. So the name of the program is Blue Cat. No, the name of the brand of the software company is Blue Cat. And then the name of the software is Axiom. Blue Cat is the software house, right? The writer. And Axiom, AXIOM, is that's the software. And you know what? These guys reached out to me back in the fall. They were like, hey, check out our Destructor, which sounded good, right? The problem with the Destructor is that it was just dry. It's by itself, right? So I had to load it with other stuff, and I'm very lazy about that. So I was like, yeah, it sounds good. But I never got around to making a video on it. And then he was like, hey, you're going to be at NAMM, come by the NAMM booth. I went by the NAMM booth, and they had this, right? They had this software going. And we went through like a bunch of sounds there, and I was impressed. And, you know, they didn't have the greatest monitors, and yet it sounded damn good. I was like, you know what? This has a lot of promise. And so since the NAMM show, they've been working on it, but this is version 1, right? I mean, this just came out of beta. So, but they finally came out with another version of Destructor and another version of Late Replies, or the first version of Late Replies, whatever. And then finally Axiom came out, and that's what this is. This is Axiom, which is Late Replies, or at least a light version of Late Replies, plus Destructor, or at least a light version. I don't think so. I think it's like an all-in-one, because the pricing reflects that. I think it's their most expensive product, but don't quote me on that. We'll go through Hey, BB Ninja, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I think that's it, Terry. Thank you so much. Terry's the best. MVP. 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 Come on, guys, with me. VP. MVP. All right. Do you own any 7 strings? Yes, I have a Chapman 7 string. Like this is the British tweed. So much louder, right? But I saw Methuen up there. I was like, Method Man's here? Oh, wait, Methuen Man. How about an 8 string? No, even 7 strings makes me go there when I look at this. I rarely play it. I gotta say, when I do play it, I have a lot of fun, right? Because I play like Sabbath tunes, like all detuned. It sounds great, but I don't play it all that often. I don't like the larger neck that a 7 string is, and an 8 string's even bigger. You know, you see Jared Dines' 18 string? Talk about going full retard. I mean, geez. I mean, obviously part of it's a joke. I'll give him props for trying to make, music out of it. Let me turn this, let me mute that. Though I'm waiting for an important text from Tone King. Steve, comparison of the... Frank C. asks, Steve, comparison of the new software to TH3. I would say that I like the cleans on this a lot. But I don't know that the distortion, is all that good. Oh, no. I'm getting texts from friends who are at shows going, "Hey man, I'm at this show right now. You here?" Like, no, I'm not there right now. I did go to a few shows recently though. I just went to go see Buckethead. And he was friggin' awesome. He was really good. It was a pretty packed house too. He brings in the people. It was an older crowd too. It was really an interesting group of people in there. Almost like it was the crowd that I would almost expect at like a jazz show to some degree, right? So and again, instrumental music probably does that. But I also saw Bon Jovi, and that was pretty freaking awesome. So, I think I talked about that the last show, but since then I saw Buckethead. And he is, he's a friggin' phenom, man. He really is. He really is. Now, the best is like right before the intermission, he does 2 sets. It was a pretty long show. Comes out and does his first set, and then he's got like an old man, like corpse head that he mouths like what comes over the speakers, just like, "See you after the intermission." Hey. All right, guys, it's Nicholas's birthday. You know what that means. We have to do a birthday song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, fucking Nicholas. Happy birthday to you. Argentina, what's up? Did Buckethead play Jimi Hendrix song Machine Gun? I don't remember that. I would have remembered that. I don't think he did, no. He did do a lot of theme songs. He did a whole theme song medley, which was really good. He did a whole bunch of stuff. He did Jordan, he did all his standard, Big Moon Sir or whatever that is. I can't remember. I'm terrible with that stuff. I would say that his use of effects were just amazing. Especially delays, right? He'd get those. Probably why I was really digging the delays in this Blue Cat, because his use of, alternate notes that pick up the rhythm. He's the master of that. I mean, making, turning 16th notes into 32nd notes. Or 8th notes into 16th notes. Hey, what's up, Jim? Did I ever meet John Petrucci? Yeah, a couple times in the airport. Nice guy. Soothsayer, he played that. Someone asked, do I have compression on this sound? It's not loaded. I don't see it in the effects chain. This is just the Tweed power amp, which it probably has some compression built in. I mean, who are we kidding? But that's nice. And it says it has a reverb on the master. Let me check preamp A. No, nothing. You know what? This is 2 amps. Oh my God. I'm just figuring out this is 2 amps. This is a twangy... This is a what they call twangy power amp. You can just say that that's a twin. And then in B, it's the Tweed power amp. So it's a twin and a Tweed together at last. Oh man, I gotta keep an eye on the board here a little bit. Have you ever designed a guitar, Steve? No, not really. I mean, after the Strat, what is there? No. That's a little Fender humor for you. Yo, what's up? Renato from Brazil. Play Ziggy Stardust. Yeah, I probably could, but we'll get to a more appropriate sound. So what is this new software and where can I get it? It's Blue Cat Axiom, and you know what? Terry posted a link earlier. It's Blue Cat Audio. Going to see Satch in Uli at the G3 concert next Tuesday. So hyped. Yeah, I'm sure that's awesome. I got to make it to one of those shows. You know what? I did not initiate the Buckethead show. The Buckethead show was initiated by a friend of mine. Actually doesn't even play guitar. He just found Buckethead and was like, I really love this guy. I really, it was amazing. And I think the room was like that. A lot of non-guitar players in that room, as hard as that is to believe. But, his appeal is beyond guitar players, that's for sure. And he was like, he texted me 2 nights ago and said, he's playing Baltimore tomorrow. Let's just go. I was like, dude, I'm not doing that. let's not go nuts. So, but yeah, so I want to do that more because it's like he dragged me out to that show and I really enjoyed it. And when I wear earplugs, people around me don't annoy me as much, and it really helps with, his sound was very bright, and I had some very lightweight earplugs, but it was just enough to take the edge off that, and it sounded killer. Killer. It sounded so good. But sometimes I think you almost need that. You need those, at the very least, not super heavy-duty ones. You don't want to muffle it too much, but some lightweight plugs just to take the edge off and to get rid of the local audio. The people behind me going, Billy, I want 2 beers. 2 beers. Yeah, Vern Troyer died today. So sad. God, so it's such a bummer. Mini me. All right, let's see. I like this software. Put me down on record. You can quote me. I like this. Sammy, sorry I was late. I was busy gorging myself on sushi. You know what, Sammy? That's the only excuse you could have used that was acceptable. Well played. Well played. Hello, Dorchester. What software is this? This is Cat Axiom. I'm looking at it and I can't get it out of my mouth. Steve, do you play through Rail Amp anymore? As a matter of fact, I do. I was playing through that Hughes and Kettner Grandmeister 40 the other day, which I've got to get hooked up with a better set of speakers. All I have is the Panamas, which aren't terrible, but I really, after hearing it at NAMM with the Hughes and Kettner cab, it just sounds so much better. When I eventually get it hooked up here, which should be like in the next 7 days, I'm going to just either run through their red box audio or use the reload box because, I just know it can sound better than it does. I think it's a tiny bit bright, almost like a little bit extra mid-push with that. And but, man, it sounded killer. I was playing through that the other day, and I was like, man, Hughes and Kettner. You make a good amp. Thanks, Belzager. Love what you did with the man cave. Thank you. I have, you know what? We should talk about this for a second. Okay. They're like, Steve, why are you only doing the live shows? Steve, why don't you put out videos that are produced? Why aren't you setting up your 4K camera? Well, right? I get it. And because my basement flooded again. And in the middle of the flood, my sump pump died. Went like right in front of me. I was like, ah. Luckily, and let this be a lesson to anybody out there with a flooding basement, I literally had a spare 6 feet away from it. And brand new in a box, ready to go. Actually, it was probably used in a box. I think my dad brought it down from my grandfather's place up in Canada. It's a lot of French on it. But I was able to plug it right in and put on a flexi hose and dump out a giant swimming pool of water that was starting in that corner of the basement and was just going to spread out and eventually it did get here. It did soak the rug. The rug stunk and turned sour. I mean, it's like, how many times am I going to go through this? Right? It's like I'm at that like hostage breaking point where like, this must end. I must end this now. And so I did. I ripped out the old pump. Probably the biggest thing and what probably burned out the pump is that on the outcrop going out, and so the point about, and I know floods aren't particularly guitar related, but for me it is, because this is where I shoot my videos. And when the floor is soaking wet, right, I'm in no mood to shoot a video, okay? I can't do it. So I spend my time like vacuuming out. Everything's up on everything because everything's soaking wet down on the floor. And I'm very lucky that it doesn't really back up, because I only got about 2 inches of give before you start to get to the bottom of some of my guitar stands, and not a lot of margin for error. So I went out and I got my old pump went up from a 1 inch down to a 3/4 inch, and it was 3/4 inch copper going through my fieldstone foundation. It's like an old stone foundation, stone and mortar foundation. So it's not concrete or cinder block or anything like that. If it was, it would be a lot easier to deal with this. So what I was able to do is, I actually own a jackhammer, which I got to tell you, if you're a homeowner, they're freaking awesome. So I used it to cut a blowhole sort of on the side of the sump pump basin, and that really let the water go in a lot faster. And I could tell with the new sump pump that it could probably do a much better job if it could just get the water out, because now I went from a 3/4 inch pipe to like a full 1.5 inch out pipe, like a flexi out pipe. And the difference was like night and day, like in how quickly it cleared it out. So in the last 3 days, it flooded this past Monday. And the kids were home all week. It was school vacation, and my wife was on vacation this week. But I was able to take the jackhammer, get the copper pipe out, jackhammer out a big hole, get, large enough to get a 1.5 inch PVC pipe out. I got all the PVC pipe in the elbows and everything. I got a brand new submersible, pump that is like one of the highest rated, can do like 5,000 gallons an hour. Crossing my fingers on this one. We'll see what happens. Without adding any French strains or anything, let's just see how it works with a better outflow and a little bit better pump. And I'm just hoping, because I can tell you, man, it is depressing. It is depressing when you come down here and the whole floor is just covered in puddles. And, the pump's working and getting everything out, but it's not enough. It's just working fast enough to keep it from rising up and being like ankle deep, right? So we'll see what happens. So a lot of people are saying, like French drains or footing drains. I have a really high water table here. Like, some people who have looked at this said, like, you almost can't even put a deep sump in here because it'll never shut off. You'll be sumping like all like three, you'll get a break for maybe 6 to 8 weeks out of the year, when the summer comes and you're in a drought. But other than that, you'll be draining like all year long. So you got to be careful about that. You just blow through electricity. So it's weird. It's a terrible place to be. Yeah, see, yeah, right, exactly. Four-inch perforated foot drains. That's it. That's the way to do it, right? They call it a French drain around here. And you run it along the walls, and you run it below, and then you just put sumps in the corner. You can put 2 sumps in, and that does it for a lot of people. We had that estimated down here. The guy wanted I think $10,000 to do it. I was like, yeah, let me see what I can do for $300. Time to move. I know. We're in a great neighborhood. We're actually in a pretty damn good neighborhood. So, we wouldn't want to move, but don't think it hasn't crossed my mind, but we get so much crap. It'd take us a year to move. Nothing. I think I'm depressed now. Wait till I have to move. Yeah, but we'll see what happens. It's just every single time it rains, I have anxiety attacks, for Christ's sakes. It's like I don't know what's going to happen downstairs, and I'm hoping that the addition of some better outflow, a little bit better pump, maybe it'll be better. If not, I also have a sump, but I bought a new sump basin. The old sump basin is 15 inches deep. This is 24 inches deep, and you have to dig 30 inches. It needs a 6-inch gravel base. So I couldn't even imagine. Right now, the water is halfway up that 15-inch basin. The water is only about 7 inches below my floor right now. So I can't even dig the hole to put in that deep sump. This is a temporary sump until the summertime, until about August. And then it's a drought around here, by the end of July, August. But we're in the spring, and spring's wet. We have a wet spring. Hey, what's up, showman? All right, now that I just bored you to tears, we'll go through... Time to move. I know, right? The thing is how can I be on a hill and have such a high water table, but an underground spring? I got the guy down around the corner from me, very close, a 1-minute walk from here. He swears that he can hear water under an underground spring. That sucks. Yeah, at this point, my garage has better drainage. My garage stays drier than my basement. I've even thought about putting the studio up in the attic. I really have, Smaller space, though. It's only really 10 by 10, at least the part I can use. The room is, the room is the entire footprint of the house. So whatever that is, it's I don't know, 30 by 15, I think. No, that couldn't be right. I don't know. It's a big room. Alright, so people are asking about the GitCon stuff. Everyone likes the GitCon stuff. Favorite cartoon as a kid? Well, that's easy. Anything Warner Brothers. Anything Looney Tunes. I know, I'll roast. That's just it. I'll roast in the summer in the attic. The basement is the most climate controlled I have. I mean, just being realistic. It is true. All right, here we go. Live from the attic, I know. I know exactly. I'd move to the attic and I get struck by lightning. Can't win. Should we? Someone was saying I should switch the distortion. Should I switch the distortion? I'll do. So this is the crunch channel. I'm going to be honest right up front. A lot of these were too bright for me. I didn't care for a lot of them. It wasn't until I got to, I think, the drive in the high gain section that I liked a lot of the amp sims. I don't know. But then again, and this might be true, I may have had the input gain a little too high at the time. And that'll make digital distortion that sounds like bright crackling. So there is a chance that when I first went through these, I had the input too high. With that said... See, that does sound a little better. That actually sounds pretty good. All right. What do we want like that? That's actually pretty good. That's called 15 crunch. I gotta think that's like divide by 15, right? Yeah, I don't think I like that. Totally dry. Maybe we can fix it up by adding a little bit of a... What should we try? Like a reverb? That's default. Can we go to like a... Well, that's not bad. It's an arena. And here it is back with it off. This is... here we go. I'm just going through some of the presets. So I'm not crazy about that. You know, that I'm not crazy about that. It's not too bad. Again, like almost like a little too bright. Get sounds there. I'm just going through presets. See, I like that, but that's a little dark. No, actually, that's pretty good. That's like their Marshall Plexi. Speaking of which, I just got the new El Rey Dorado handmade Keeley pedal in the mail today. I was like, "What's this? El Rey Dorado? What?" My voice This needs volume, does it? Check, check. Check and see. 1, 2, and see. Is that a little better? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. That's a little better. You know what? This software is a little bit louder than my other software. I actually turned the main off of the software off, down, I mean. Coming in through the... In other words, the mixer software right inside the focus thread, I actually cut that down a little bit. All right. Let me look at these up here. Hey, what's up, Krell Bar? So you guys want me to talk about GitCon? I guess that's the topic du jour. Not that I have a ton to say about it. That's not bad. Am I using Amplitude? No, I'm using Cat Axiom. Let's go to... I really like the delays on this are insane. They're really, really well done. Some of the best I've heard. All right. Have I avoided GitCon enough? All right. I don't really have a ton to say about it, unfortunately. Sorry. But other than this, and I'll tell you exactly what I told Henning. What happens between him and the guy from GitCon is between him and the guy at GitCon. I don't really get into other people's business. Sorry. And I don't really take sides. I'm friends with everybody. Trademark, registered trademark. Seriously, though, I don't get into that. And just and I told Henning this, and for all you youngins out there, this is going to come up where you're going to be friends with two people, and then they're going to get into a fight, and you might be asked to choose a side. Don't do it. Because you know what's going to happen? Those two assholes are going to get back together again, and you're on the outs for taking a side. You're like, you were very mean, right? You know what I'm saying? You're just shooting yourself in the foot, okay? Right, that's how this ends up, okay? History doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes. And I can tell you that I see that over and over and over again. So my thing is this, and I told Henning this. I love Henning, and anything Henning wants me to do, I am down for. He wants me to include anything he's working on, count me in. By the same token, right after GitCon and before, any of this drama between he and that guy took place, the guy who, where GitCon happened, the guy from work, Framus, reached out to me and said, thanks for coming, and do you want to come back next year? And I said, sure. And he said, great, you're confirmed. I said, great, I'm confirmed. Now, cut 6 months later, and they're having, a falling out. I already made a commitment. And again, I'm just telling you what I told Henning weeks ago when, we already knew behind the scenes that he was sort of having a falling out with those guys. So, I told him, I said, listen, just to let you know, they already asked me back, right after it, and I already said yes. And I honor my commitments. So, if GitCon does happen in October of 2018, and it is scheduled to happen there, and I am confirmed to go, I'm going. because I already said I would, and I'm not going to back out because of a fight that Henning had with this guy. I'm not taking sides in that, you know. And by the same sense, you know, Henning's, I think, working really hard to come up with, you know, his own thing. And if he does that, I am all over that. I love Henning. I was hanging out with him all the NAMM show. There's literally footage of me going, I love you, Henning. Okay? So, it's like, I'm friends with everybody. I'm friends with everybody. And that's it. So, you know, if they... and you know what? And again, just as a person who's been around for a while, don't count them out not getting back together again before GitCon 2018, okay? All right? So, I mean, we were just hanging out every day at the, you know, at the NAMM show. All of us. The Warwick Famous people, Henning, everybody who was at GitCon, and it was all hunky-dory. And that guy from Warwick Famous put out massive spreads of food every day for all of us. Treated us with quite a bit of hospitality, quite frankly. So, you know, yes to everything. I'm good with everybody. So, you know, I think people want you to take a side and get in fights and stuff like that. And, you know, I've been there, done that. You get, it's not a good place. It's not my fight. I'm not fighting somebody else's fight for them, you know. I get paid for that shit. You know, I mean, am I crazy on this? I will now that I've done my soliloquy, let me move on to the comments. I might be the only repeat going to GitCon. So be it. You know, and who knows what would happen thereafter. But, you know, like I said, the guy's been nothing but nice to me. And long before this happened, I made the commitment. And I would, you know, you honor your commitments. It's that simple. There's really nothing strange about it. So, and when I said that to Henning, he said, you know what, that's honorable. I get it. No problem. So Henning's fine with it. You know, this is nothing I haven't mentioned to Henning. So he gets it. Too much delay? Not enough delay. I need triple delay. So there's my take on GitCon. Love everybody. That seems awfully hot, doesn't it? Ever having copyright issues with playing cover licks? I have definitely with cover songs, but not so much with just playing a riff in a live show. That seems to be pretty much okay. What would be worse is if I had something going on in the background that they picked up, like music. They'd be like, oh, you're playing, you know, something in there, like real recorded, released music. Then, yeah, trouble. You know, so it's like, I mean, am I crazy for just staying out of it? I don't know. I think I'm quite. I think the older people on here, the younger people might be like, no, man, fight. It's like, yeah, but the older people are like, yeah, you know, that ends up in the same place, right? It's never ends up in a good place. See, that sounds a little bright to me. You know, that's I don't like that. I don't like that. I like that. So people are saying it sounds bright, and Chris sounds great. Really? See. Sometimes I wonder. I know. Here's a question for the person who just wrote that. I think that's the metal god. Are you listening through headphones or speakers? I would love to know that, because sometimes I think the sounds sound a certain way through speakers. And better, certain sounds, and they don't sound as good in headphones, and vice versa. So I'd be curious to know that. Yeah, the bees, right? Am I crazy? Is it bees? Yeah, see, I'm with I'm Sucking Wind, where he says a little on the bright side. I'm with him. I think it's a little on the bright side too. Yeah, see, I think it's a little bright sounding too. Too bright hurt my ears. Earphones. Yeah, see, I think the guys with the earphones and the ear dudes work with me, people. The ear dudes versus the air dudes. Oh, see, one's over the air. Anyway, again, I'm not a fan. So that's pretty good, though. That's a little bright, tiny bit. I gotta say one thing. I love this guitar. This guitar has been freaking awesome. It really has. Let me check my radar range here. Oh yeah, right there. I think I move you right there. Now I'm back over here. Hey, no, there you are. Yeah, right? Am I right? I think that's a little better. It's like a metallic room, though, right? It says it's on stage, like in a metallic stage. Again, presets. Too mid-rangey, Again, too bright, too mid-rangey. Again, not a fan. Again, too quacky. Right? What the hell's that? No. That's actually not bad, though. I mean, it's scooped, right? But for the sound it's going for, I can actually get it. Yeah, like the ART reverb, right? The old ART multi-effects. We might be into the effects section now. Again, just it's almost like a little too much. Like And it's got this tone. No, I don't like it. So again, we were just playing some of the killer clean sounds, right? I mean, you were all here. We heard that. How amazing it sounds clean. But for some reason, the distorted sounds, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Where am I? I'm in the, am I in the high gain section? I'm in the high gain section. Let me get into this. So, it's got a few things like, like an auto, and then, right, weird. Hear that? And then weird things like, harmonizer. Wow. Again, it just keeps going on and on. That's not bad. I mean, I could see that working. You know, we're just going through a few of these. Really? I mean, I guess it's... I hate that. That requires an external pedal. Yeah. So here's... Yeah, so there's... Let me see here. Let me go to like... That's not it. That's it. All right. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to this late replies. We're going to call this open. And I'll bring you through a few... This is just one section of... Yeah, boy, that's huge, huh? I don't think we want to go all through there. Yeah. Here we go. So, yeah, there we go. So this just shows off the delay. Like that. I really love the delays on this. Not that one. That's actually not bad either. Well, yeah, when did the edge get hit? I know, right? I mean, kind of have to like. What would I have to do to get that to work? I'd have to bring that up. Left, right repeats. Again, it's a stutter. That's not bad. A little too fast on the repeat though, but I could change that. Where's the ping pong? I actually like that. That's an out of phase. Hey, what's up, Shane? Shane from In the Blues is here. Yeah. Anyway. How did it do? Little ping pong. Ping pong 2. Ping pong mono. Ping pong pang, which is left, right, center. There you go. What's up, buddy? I gotta check my phone. Jesus, 8 o'clock already? So, there's that. If you want, I just closed it. We can try, if you want. How am I going to do this? I think I can do it through Reaper. We're finding out right now in real time. This is why I use a separate computer for streaming. No, that's Blue Cat Destructor. That's Destructor, but I have it running into TH3 for the cab and the effects. So, before you say, that sounds killer. That sounds wicked killer. Can I change the main? That's Helix. We've moved on to Helix native. I think can I just... See, it sounds so much better than the first version. But that's like their AC30. Again, it's a little buzzy. I think that TH3 does a better version of the AC30. And again, a little... You know, it's a little mushy, you know? That was their Brit Plexi. I mean, not bad, but if you hear any of these that strike you, let me know. The thing is, someone said use a real tube amp. How would I do that right now? You turn a tube amp and stick an SM57 into it and worry about mic bleed between this? It's never going to happen. The only way it would happen, and it did for, geez, I used it for like a year and a half, was when I was running the tube amps through the reload box, which actually you can't see, but it's back there to show. I got to get that hooked up. I'm out of outlets. I literally have to have more outlets installed. Not installed, but you know what I'm saying. Again, there's the British. You know. That's not bad. A little bright. Again, none of these really. What the hell is that? You know, that output is so crazy. Again, the channel. But that sounds all mushy to me. You know, it's just a mushy mess, but. Again, too bright. It's like an ice pick to the forehead. But then they get a little better when we get... where is it? Like, that's not bad. That sounds somewhat... That's very plexi-ish. I'll give them, you know... That's not bad. Now you may be losing me. I'm just going right down the list here. That's not bad. Yeah. It's the distortion that's hard to do. Thanks, Showman, man. Go back to the old software. Yeah, you know, I wanted to try out some stuff. We will. Let me just go through a couple more patches. Anything? Anything? See, these I feel like are the new ones. Like, that's not bad. You know, that's pretty good. Mushy, a little mushy. It's like I want to love them. Let me get down towards the end. Again, I think what we've learned here is that the clean sounds are pretty good on both platforms. All right. I'm closing that out. I'm going to say yes. Closed out. All right. Now we're going to go back to this is my normal software. This is what I would normally be playing. This is TH3. Let me just get to it. And this is my normal tone right here. Again, for distortion, is anybody as good as TH3 right now? You know, I mean, I don't want to brag. I'm just saying TH3. I chose it for a reason. I just think it of all the tones out there, it seems to have, and a buddy of mine said, he goes, I swear to God, they have a filter on everything. He goes, and it just makes the guitar, it gets rid of the spike that no one else can get rid of. And they just blanket that shit on a global setting so that they all sound pretty warm. It gives it a warmer tone, you know. And they're the best for, you know, for delicate work, you know. How is the latency in Axiom? It's like 0. It's whatever your board can do. You know, that's really more defined by your PC and by your hardware than your software. The software can do whatever you set it to. It came set default as like 256 buffers, but I set it to 64 and it's been fine. Oh, is Philip here? Oh, you so and say Philip was here. Hey, yeah, there he is. There's my buddy. Sounds like the old Digitech units. Yeah, right. I just think TH3, you know. Especially for distortion, I just think it's better. Yeah, see, now I sound like Pixie Licks. See what happened? Oh, God forbid I change my software. You guys would be losing your shit. You'd be like, what happened? You mean you want to talk early Van Halen? Hey, I got your Van Halen right here. Not only does the distortion sound bigger and fatter, I think it's more dynamic, you know. You know. Hey, what's up, Hank? Really, you couldn't get it to sound as good as this? Now, how are your inputs? That's what I find is the biggest downfall to the software I find out there. The levels, right? Either like the input level is either like a little too hot or a little too cold, and that'll make a difference. But I've been getting pretty good consistent sound, and it could depend on the interface. I used this for the longest time, and now I'm using the Focusrite, and they both seem to be pretty good. Getting the tone there. We got the Triple Crown coming out. DC makes you a better man. Yeah. I want to be a better man. Which pickups are in this? These are the Chapmans. Got a little pick dust. Little pixie dust. Which Focusrite are you using? I'm using the Focusrite 18i20. But maybe I'll check something out, soon enough when I'm traveling. Steve, how much do you get? How much longer do you get to keep the Chapman? They're on their way here now. Hands up. I don't know. I did shoot a video with it. I mean, I've used it on a live show. I got like 5 or 6 hours of footage on this thing in live shows. And I think it's fared quite well during the live shows. A lot of very positive comments. And, I think that the guitar looks and sounds and plays great. I'm a big fan of it. It's been my daily driver, so to speak, right? While I'm not, blasting holes in my wall with jackhammers, and I'm actually playing guitar. I've been mostly playing the Dan Electro, and the basically the ones that are out on the floor behind me, the Dan Electro and the if I could move in the right, there's the Dan Electro and the Gold Top, right? The Gold Top, the Harley Benton, and the Framus acoustic, which I frickin' love that guitar. Oh my god, the fit and finish on that guitar is so frickin' good. I can't say enough about it. But yeah, this has been my main guitar, and I tell you, I've been really digging it. I could play. Oh, the other thing is check this out. I meant to show you that. Check this puppy out, huh? A little pick jar from my buddies over at the Daw Man. That was so cool. And check out the new picks. I've been sort of sweet. This is what I've been playing tonight. A little weird. Let me put it right side up. A little weird one. It's sort of like a triangle sharp point. And he sent over some really cool ones. Like the Lexon, like that. And different colors. Sharper point, though. A little bit sharper point on them. And, check this one out. That's like a super sharp point. I don't know if you can see. You see point on Z pick. But we hold it over something dark so you can see it. Yeah, no, they've been freaking awesome. I gotta say, I love Daw Man. He takes care of me, and I love his picks. Makes it easy to love him because his picks are freaking awesome. But yeah, no, it was nice with the little laser etch on it and stuff. I think at the heart of Darman Picks is the fact that the man owns a laser. So all his picks are lasered out, and then he lasers all the... oh, yeah. Let me show you this one. Like check this out. Like the... I don't know if you... Can you see that? It's like a shark one. Sharky. More like that. And... I don't know if you can see this one. But it's actually got a little bit of... It's got like a Hendrix logo on it. Be careful. The Hendrix estate, they take copyright quite seriously. The great thing about these is that, they last forever. This is like a lifetime supply of picks. Should give some away. Maybe we got to give some away. And then on the back it says, see that? It says made for Stevie. I love it. It's a Frankenstein. So this pick, definitely more attack. Because of the... Here, I'll go to the old pick. That actually has a tiny bit more drag. That's the old. Feels a little more precise. Yeah, does Ryan need my shark one? Don't take my shark pick, bro. Are they like gravity picks? Yeah, pretty much. Gravity picks, V picks, anybody who makes an acrylic pick. Now, the guy who makes these tells me, I have done no scientific study or tests on these, but he tells me that the acrylic he uses is really hard and that it's more slow wearing than the other brands that they use. The slightly softer acrylic than what he uses. I make no claims. I have no idea. I just know I like the picks. And this stuff is a new material. This is his new 2.8 Super Shred. I don't know what this is. I don't know if that's closer to what a chicken pick is, Though I think chicken pick uses a proprietary formula. But it's formulas. It's ball bearings. It's all ball bearings these days. Let's see if anybody knows that reference. What's up, Jeff? I got something in my eye here. I have something in my eye. Yeah, it's your finger. My eye. Is that from the Lego Batman movie? Yeah. Dry, scratchy eyes. Oh. It is dry here. Burnt gerbil. And Charles Green. What do you need, a refresher course? I'm trying not to cry, but my right eye isn't cooperating. What is this watery discharge? It's a riff if you can repeat it. Then it's not fooling around. Then it's a genuine riff. Check, check. Am I here? Yeah. Sometimes I feel like you can't hear me. Check, check. No, I can see I'm on there. Oh, man. Well, you proved that THC is the way to go. I feel bad for Line 6 and Blue Cat Audio. I really like the Blue Cat Audio. I'm going to be honest with you. I think their clean sounds are amazing. I mean, you heard them. Rewind the tape. I think they're killer. And their delays are top notch, but their distortion was, I mean, it's not bad. Have you ever thought about trying the PV amp? It's on my bucket list. It's been sitting there. Someday I'm going to plug it in. I'm going to be like, oh, wait, this doesn't work. When did my warranty run out? 2016? Clean is good and all, but I'm into the dirt. Yeah, I hear ya. What's up, Ron? GH3 is the way to go. I have demoed the others, no comparison. My 1 cent. You know, I kind of agree with you, Kurt. I think everybody out there is playing catch up to TH3 right now. Now, it wasn't that way for a little bit. I thought that PV's Revolver 4 and, you know, Guitar Rig had given TH3, like Guitar Rig 5, you know, Amplitude 4 had all given TH2, right, some competition. The problem is that a lot of them, they got greedy. They wanted it to be, listen, if you want to be like your phone and you want to get like $2 or $3 per amp, you have to sell the software for the same you do on the phone, like $9.99 or $19.99, you know, or like, you know, free, and it's all in-app purchases. But I think for Amplitude 4, I'm a little bummed that it's like $99 and you don't get a ton of stuff with it to start. And by the time you a la carte everything, you're out about $1,000. You know, TH3 is one of the most expensive packages out there, right? At like, I want to say $300 is normal, not on sale price. You can get it under $200 when it's on sale, but not on sale price is like around $300. But it sounds the best. So when you say it like that, it sounds stupid not to get it, right? See you, Ron. Thanks for hanging out, buddy. XFX3, the way to go. You know what? If the XFX3 was $9.99, I'd own one. If any of those were like $9.99, I'd probably have one. But when you're $2,500, and did you see what XFX is doing now? If you don't want to wait on the waiting list, if you want a buy it now price, it's $1,000 over. It's like $1,000 jump the line fee. Yeah. The jump the line fee is more than I want to spend. Toronto 1, Boston nothing. All right, good to know. Right now it's 3-1, so we could probably lose one. We'll be all right. Take the PRS fund for the Axe effects. I know, really, right? Any new guitars on the way? Maybe. I just got a new guitar that's sitting over there in a box. Some assembly is required. I got a bunch of power supplies I'm going to be demoing soon that are pretty cool. Everybody's doing a battery power supply, which is really great because it acts as a buffer, so you get like no noise. I've been using one from Rockboard for the longest time, but a bunch of people make them now. Some are built into pedal boards, some are on their own, and they're all pretty cool. And check them out. And some work. I'll do the video. Hey, thanks, Michael. It does sound good, right? So, who's here? Who is here? People are saying hi. Hop is saying Birmingham, England. Hello, Birmingham. Just checking the list here. Yeah, I don't think I've cried. The closest I came to crying, I don't think I've ever cried at the death of a celebrity, but I can tell you, hey, thanks, Scott, man. Much appreciated. Get the AX8 for $1,000. Yeah, it's got some pretty good processing power. The newest one, the AX8, yeah. Pretty good. And it does sound pretty killer, doesn't it? And it's got a built-in foot switch. You know, like, right? So, don't you kind of have to do it now? Well, that escalated quickly. Yeah, the closest I came to crying was when SRV died, when Stevie Ray Vaughan died. That was really a punch in the gut. Really. Steve, you use a stock preset, right? Dual live rig. Yeah, it's called Dual Heavy Rig. I'm pretty sure somewhere out there in one of my videos, I could have sworn I gave out the rig. I like put it in the... it's out there somewhere. I uploaded the bank to Mediafire, and I put a link on one of my videos, and this patch is in there. Not every patch will work, because I think one of the patches uses an IR. But, you know, out of roughly, how many patches? Grab the right mouse. Out of about 40 patches, one won't work. The rest should work for you. Thanks, Clive. heard Ace's new version of Parasite with John 5 off of the Origins Volume 1? I have. That's really good. And there's another cover on there. Was it the Origins album? Is that the one where he does... right, doesn't he do Born to Be Wild? Is that the same album? Because they do a Zepp cover on there that's really good. You know. Is that the cover they do? Yeah, fast rate riff. I'm breaking out all the... I'm breaking out all the 80s riffs. Am I going to GitCon? As I explained earlier, as far as I know, I am. GitCon's a long way away. But as far as I know, yeah, I'm booked and I'm going. But there'll be other stuff. I'm going to Germany in May. Can't really talk about it, but chew on that a bit. Stevie making the evening jam at KitCon. That's on my to-do list. I know. I know. I should have last time, but I'm gonna blame Phil for that one. Kept buying me beers. Still liking this guitar. I am. I'm loving this guitar. Yeah, I tell you, man, I love the neck on this thing. You play it all day. I play it all day and all night. Thanks for posting that, Terry. Is it 8:41? My God, this show seems to be flying by. the stainless frets. I swear to God, I think it is. I think I love stainless steel frets. What the hell is wrong with me? Yeah, no snow up here, but we had a ton of rain, and my basement flooded again. You can catch all the whining and complaining earlier in the night in the replay. But yeah, not good. But here's the thing. I think I'm turning a corner with it. We used to say that about the cockroaches at the pet store, but the reality is that they were winning. They were really, really winning. I don't think I know Sato, but little off the beaten path Aussie riff. What's it? Got to do it slow once. Getting ahead of myself. Something like that, but not so sloppy. That was drunk. That's drunk, Randy. What's up, Jacob? So much better with THC. Yeah, see? Now you have a newfound respect for it. You know? It's a respectable neighborhood. Yeah, so if you use that link that Terry posted, you can download the bank. You have to go to an empty bank. So you have on TH3, there's two sections. There's banks and presets. You load that into an empty bank and don't overwrite one of your previous banks. It'll be gone forever. So find a blank one. I think you just go to it and say, like, either add or you don't. There's no blank one. At the bottom, there's an add button. And just say, create a new empty bank. And then I think once you do that, you can right-click the bank and import, right? Yeah, import from file. And then just say either, or you could say import from file and say before this or after this. So I would just say after this, and it will make, if you're at bank number 30, it'll automatically add bank number 31, and it will be Steve01. See, there's the little dynamic. See that little riff at the end there? That little tag? That's something that TH3 does just so right. There's the dynamics. See you, Peter. Thanks for hanging out, bud. We got about 15 minutes left. We'll be calling it a night. Hank, you already had it? Yeah. It happens. I can't tell you how many times I've done that. I download it, and it's got like a 1 next to it. I'm like, "Whoa, do I already have this?" And I do. What's up? Is it Riff? What's up, Riff? Glad you can catch the live stream too. THC needs to package their amp sims in a preamp. Yeah, maybe like an external. I guess it would be a modeling preamp, right? It would have to be digital. What was the name of that little red box you used to connect your guitar to the computer? Well, there's a video where I use a Focusrite. I think it's a 2i2. You could use a soloist. You don't need the 2i2, but if you want to use plug a mic or more than one instrument in, get the 2i2. That was in one of my videos. I use an 18i20, but a while ago I used to use a preamp. I don't think it was red. I thought it was black. I used to use a an ART preamp. Kind of sucked. I mean, it worked. Steve, how does that guitar feel to play? It feels wonderful. I really like this guitar. It's got a very comfortable and playable neck. The guitar is a joy to play. It's got nicely rolled, edges. It's got the full-on, nice fret end treatment. And you don't have to worry about fret sprout because it's a U-channel fret, right? So some manufacturers, they cut a line all the way across because it's much easier. A more painstaking process is to cut not all the way to the edge, in slightly, across, and then out, right? And then when you put the frets in, the fret tang that sticks down the bottom, that's cut short of the end of the fret, and the fret sticks over it slightly, bit like a little bar out over the edges. And then when they seat it in here, it's like they don't have to putty up a line at the end. There is no line. It's completely solid wood. And that really cuts down on the old fret and sprouts. And I think, again, it's a process that takes more time. And it's nice to see on a guitar that's under $1,000. Thoughts on UFC? That's kind of there's been the replacement for boxing. I was sort of a boxing fan back in the day because my dad was. Dad's a huge boxing fan. But yeah, I don't really watch a ton of sports in general. Sorry, football. Someone said, what modeling system are you using? I'm using TH3. We started out with Blue Cat Audio, and I think we decided that we really love the clean sounds. We like the delays, but the distorted sounds were hit or miss. A lot of misses. We got to Line 6 Helix after that, and again, sort of the same thing. We liked the sound of the clean sounds. They had a couple of dirty sounds that weren't too bad, but a lot of the dirty sounds they're just too bright. It's hard to explain. It's like they're just too gritty, right? And then we turned on TH3, and everyone was like, oh, thank God. Because it does sound the best, I think, of the three. I really like that Axiom, though. I would say, Axiom and Helix show a lot of promise. Helix is much better than it was. You think that was bad. 1.1 was even worse. I think 1.5 was a huge step in the right direction. So it's only going to get better from there. If anyone has money behind them, it's Line 6 to be able to just put the, people on it to get it to work. It's a tricky market. You got hats off to TH3 for pulling off what they have with software. Again, I think it's a friend of mine suggested he believes it's a global filter. Look up the global filters, guys. still on your radar? It is. In fact, I just looked at some PRSs recently. Guitar Center Used got in a beautiful McCarty 10 top with solid rosewood neck. Swing. It's $2,000, a little bit more than I wanted to spend. Let me get my trips. I'm going to the Dallas Guitar Show in a couple of weeks. Let me get that out of the way, and then my other trip in May, and let me see how it shakes out after that. And plus, I'm going to the Summer NAMM. I'm doing a lot of traveling, and then GitCon back in October. So I gotta, traveling. Even though some of it's covered, it always winds up costing you money out of pocket. GitCon cost me like $1,000 out of pocket, but I knew. But that's not because I had to, because I wanted to. I wanted to better this. I wanted to be more prepared, and that's when you realize, geez, my suitcase really is old, isn't it? So, the next thing you know. PRS Vela, yeah. You know what I see up there for pretty cheap money and really nice necks is the custom, right? It's like a double, single, double. The custom ash, I think it is. Those are pretty nice, and you can get them with a really nice flame maple neck. I do like the McCarty. I love the solid rosewood necks. I played one at GitCon. It was gorgeous. They make a good guitar. Does sound good. It's a good one. You like the Vela semi-hollow? You'd get a Sir over PRS. That's interesting. Yeah, Sir's making great stuff, man. Sir is killer. They Sir are good. But I think I'm gonna do PRS. Besides, a lot of people have donated money towards a PRS fund, and I'd feel a little weird getting something other than the PRS that I promised them I would get with that. So, again, commitments are made. Making a commitment. The thing is that I don't want to just rush into any guitar. It will. There was one, I think, 2 years ago, or maybe about 18 months ago, that was so amazing. A 10 top was the most gorgeous. It had the case, and it had the upgraded case, the paisley case, the case candy, and everything. Was $14.99, 10 top. I mean, when I honeyburst, it was so freaking gorgeous. I kept staring at it. I kept screaming for someone to buy it, so I wouldn't buy it because I just couldn't afford it. I mean, I could have purchased it, thrown it on a credit card, and just had it shipped here, but it didn't take long for it to sell, and someone put me out of my misery because I kept going like, why won't someone buy this guitar? You're making me buy this. But I didn't wind up getting it. Guten Tag, Germany. I'm sure you'll pull the trigger when ready. Yeah, you'll know the right one when you see it, right? It's one of those things. But having seen some amazing guitars on there in the past for short money that didn't last long, but there was a window of opportunity where they were available for sale, I just got to capitalize on that again. And I will. It's just a matter of time. I will say this, though. Guitar Center's inventory is way down. Way down. I tracked their inventory pretty closely for the last 3 or 4 years, And I would say their numbers are way down. It used to be that they had 1,000 strats. I think they're down to under 700. That's odd for them. That's a pretty stiff reduction. I mean, could it just be that people are getting their taxes back? Maybe. But it feels like their used inventory is down. Like they're telling people don't lay out money. Or they're laying out less money or giving worse deals on trade-ins, so people are opting not to do it. All right, dudes, 8:57. It's almost, and it's 2:57 where LLT 79 is. So we should probably call it a night. Someone just said, what's the best strat you've ever had? I really got to say, the best neck on any strat I've ever owned was that Select strat. That really had an amazing neck. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the Les Paul. I don't regret making the trade one bit, you know. And that guy's a really good guy. But that had a killer neck. That neck was like butter. That neck was like insanely nice. That was easily the nicest neck I've ever had or played. I mean, it was like just the most, it was like a silk glove. So, you know, maybe at some point I'll find another one. I have seen a few come and go on Guitar Center used pretty quickly. Nothing that really stuck out at me. And every time I looked at it, I said, well, what are you doing? If you're going to drop $1,200 or $1,300 or $1,500 on a Select strat, you should be looking at the PRS because, again, commitments were made. So. Oh, thanks, guys. I'm seeing a lot of love up here. 11 a.m. in Brisbane. See that? Top of the morning to you. All right, 8:59 p.m. You know, I think we learned something today. I think we learned that it's probably a little easier to make a clean sound than it is a dirty sound. And the TH3 is still the one to beat. All right, guys. And with that, I'm going to move to the right mouse. Wait, which one? This one? Did I get a text? No texts. Just seeing if I'm hearing from somebody. All right, there we go. Boom, 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 boom. Done. All right. All right, dudes. Thanks so much for hanging out. You rock. No, you rock. And really appreciate you hanging out and everyone who donated and everyone who had a lot of fun like I did. Appreciate you hanging. It's always fun. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks. I'll be at the Dallas Guitar Show the weekend of my normal show. So next month it'll probably be delayed a little bit. And there you have it before my mystery trip to Germany. And I've already said I keep saying that. What? All right. There you go, guys. As always, no, you rock. Thanks so much for hanging out. See you in the next one. And until then, rock on.